Good evening, Philippines. This is Mike Padua once again, and we are back to our analysis for this Friday through Monday, December 10 to 13, 2021, and this is brought to you by Typhoon 2000. Well, we are observing a low pressure system organizing to the south of Guam. We're going to give you the very latest on that system. It's no longer 95W. 95W has dissipated during the past 24 hours. There's a new circulation east-northeast of the system, which was once a part of the trough, and it developed into another LPA. So this is now the new one, 96W, and we're going to show it to you in a short while. But first, we're going to discuss to you the latest GovSat today, Friday, until tomorrow, Saturday. We still have the northeast monsoon, still bringing some windy conditions across Luzon and the Visayas, and it will become more rainy with some isolated thunderstorms across portions of southern Bicol, Visayas, particularly the eastern sections of Visayas and central Visayas, as well as Zamboanga Peninsula and northern Mindanao, because of the shear line or the tail end of a frontal system, which is still bringing some rainfall across these areas, while over Sulu and parts of Palawan, it's still the effects of the northeast monsoon, somewhat wetter in this area. Okay, and the coastal areas along Luzon and Visayas will remain rough and dangerous to small sea craft, so please take all necessary precautions when traveling out to sea. And outside of PAR, here comes the LPA. That is a new forming LPA right now, because the old one, which is located here, has dissipated, and it's already a part of the newer circulation, which is known as 96W. So right now it's quasi-stationary as it interacts with the former 95W, and currently it is expected within the next 2 days that it will track towards the west, okay, in the general direction of the Western Micronesia and Republic of Palau. So we're keeping an eye on this system. Most of the computer models right now, particularly the American and the European model, are showing a possible landfall in between Surigao and Samar area. A little notch towards the north will affect the Bicol region, so we are keeping an eye on this system. So folks from Bicol region down to eastern Mindanao, particularly Davao Oriental, must be aware of this developing low pressure system, as most of the majority of the computer model shows a tropical cyclone traversing southern Philippines. So we will keep an eye on that system, particularly beginning on Monday. We might be issuing a spatial coverage or latest updates on our YouTube and Facebook channels, as well as our Typhoon 2000.info tropical advisories, and also at our website typhoon2000.ph. So watch out for this December system. As you see, every December we have an average of 1 to 2 tropical cyclones entering PAR and traversing the Philippine Islands. So it is really a part of the climatological scenario of these tropical systems during the month of December. So nothing unusual. It just happens that there is this LPA that is currently forming, and most of the computer models agree that it may cause a major threat. The only thing that we must do is to pray hard. That let's hope and pray that this system will not be as strong as forecasted, because some of the computer models show it as a typhoon intensity, while the other one just a tropical storm. We just hope and pray it will further weaken. But the rainfall, we could expect rainfall between December 15 to 17. And one more thing, this system is moving fast, so it will just traverse Visayas and northeastern Mindanao within a span of one and a half days, or maybe up to 2 days. So that's a little bit of good news. Okay, so let's go back now to our GovSat. So So far, that's the latest. Here's the fast animation. You can clearly see here the shear line, bringing some thunderstorms across portions of the Visayas and Mindanao. The northeast monsoon will continue across Luzon and Visayas, bringing some windy conditions of 30 to 60 kph, particularly those facing the Philippine Sea. And here comes now 96W. The current location of that LPA is somewhere here. It's still quasi-stationary, but it's expected to move towards the west in the general direction of Western Micronesia, Yap State, and Republic of Palau. If we take a look now at our zoom-in satellite animation from windy.com, from the UMETSAT satellite feed, here comes isolated thunderstorms affecting southern Bicol, Visayas, and portions of northern and western Mindanao. So far, these are the ones that are bringing some rainfall as of this time. And here's the forecast for the rainfall accumulation for the next 3 days until Monday. We expect rainfall across the Cagayan Valley area, just a small isolated areas, and becoming more widespread across northern Quezon, the Bicol region, particularly the areas facing the Pacific Ocean, from Camarines Norte, Partido District of Camarines Sur, Eastern Albay, and Eastern Sorsogon, particularly Catanduanes. So these areas will be affected by the shear line, which generates these thunderstorms, as well as the wind brought about by the northeast monsoon, and also affecting eastern Visayas, portions of Oriental Mindoro, Romblon, northern Panay, northern Negros, and portions of Cebu. While here, across southern portions of Sulu Archipelago, including Palawan, this will be mainly due to the northeast monsoon, and some localized thunderstorms forming here, mainly because we are still in the beginning of the slight La Nina. And as you can see, if we move this graph more to the east, this 3-day forecast, this is the 3-day movement of the soon to be tropical cyclone. Okay, so this is the traveling motion of the rainfall generated by this LPA. So it's really an area of heavy rainfall for the next 3 days until Monday. And on next 5 days, you can see the rain will expand towards the Philippine Islands. And so far, that's the latest from windy.com rainfall accumulation. Let's take a look now at the pressure and wind forecast. We are going to focus the system, the new system outside of PAR. So for the meantime, for the Philippine Islands, for tomorrow, Sunday, until Monday, we'll still be feeling the effects of the northeast monsoon because of a quasi-stationary strong high-pressure area over eastern China. And then, if we move first back on Sunday, December 12, based on the American model, here comes now the tropical system becoming a tropical depression on Sunday, as well as the European model. Maybe it's still a low pressure for the European model, but the American model is already a tropical depression. So let's move now on Monday afternoon. Here comes now the LPA 96W becoming a tropical depression, and it's likely to be named as Odette once it enters PAR. And later on, it will be given an international name. We will going to check to you the latest name that will be used on that system. If we take a look at the American model, on Monday, it's already a tropical storm, a severe tropical storm. So the American model is very much aggressive when it comes to the intensity of the system. It's now passing south of Yap, okay, approaching the PAR. The PAR is somewhere here, 135. Okay. So let's move now the forecast slider. This will be on Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at 2 a.m. Tuesday. There you go, approaching power line, likely to enter PAR in the afternoon of Tuesday, December 14, while the European model is also starting to enter PAR as a tropical storm as well. Let's move now towards Wednesday. On Wednesday afternoon, the European model is fast approaching northeastern Mindanao and Eastern Samar. So it's still a tropical storm, but on the American model, it's already a full-blown typhoon, probably category 2 or 3. 160 or 185 kph. It's quite strong when we follow the American model, but we are going to get the average based on these computer models on the wind speed. But sometimes it's the computer models are somewhat conservative. In reality, it's really strong, maybe because of climate change. That's why it's really changing our situation when it comes to the intensity of tropical cyclones. So Wednesday, there you go. Let's move now on Thursday, December 16, the day of the landfall. 3 a.m. It will be approaching the eastern seaboards of northern Caraga, particularly Siargao and Dinagat Island and Surigao del Norte. Then on Thursday, likely around noontime, between 10 to 12 noon, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, it will traverse Dinagat and Siargao Island, because at 1 p.m. it's already, let me zoom this. Okay, there we go. So we're going to zoom this now. It's over southern Leyte. If we take a look, let's go back to 5 a.m. to the American model. It's very close to the position of the European model. Somewhat, this is to the east-southeast of Gilwan. Then around 12 noon, the system will make landfall over northern Leyte, just similar to the track, although a little bit to the north of Yolanda, but this is already a full-blown typhoon based on their forecast. So that's the American model. That's 12 noon compared to the European model, which is to the south of, along southern Leyte. So on Friday, Thursday evening, the system is moving really fast, so around 20 or 26 kph, or maybe even at 30 kph. So the effects will just be a short one. So this is the slightly good news when it comes to the effects, the duration of the effects. It will be a lesser number of hours, maybe within 6 hours, 3 hours, because of the fast motion of this tropical system. So on Thursday evening, December 16, it will be over the coastal areas of western Negros after crossing Bohol and Cebu, while the American model, it shows the system is still a typhoon in the vicinity of Rojas City or over northern Panay. Then in the morning of Friday, on the American model, it will make landfall over northern portions of the northern tip of Palawan, which is the Calamian group of islands. While the European model, it will be approaching northern Palawan, just north of Puerto Princesa, and making landfall around 11 to 12 noon. It will exit over the West Philippine Sea in the afternoon of Friday. Okay. There you go. While the American model is already out here, out of the West Philippine Sea. So that's the forecast for next week. So it still points to Thursday based on the computer models. So if we take a look again on the area of landfall, the American model between 9 to 12 noon over Gilwan, Eastern Samar, while the European model is somewhere between 11 to 1 p.m. over Dinagat at Siargao Island. So if we take a cone of uncertainty based on these two computer models, most likely this will be the area where the system will pass. Okay, let's change this first. Let's make it red. So this is the European model, it will pass here. Oh, sorry. This is the European model. Pass here. Okay, that's it. Then the American model is somewhere here. Pass here, okay, here and here. Pardon my line. Okay. So what will be the area of uncertainty? Let's make it black so it's much clearer. So this is the area of uncertainty. Okay. So it will either, if it does move to the north, the Bicol region will also get affected by the system, but these are the two computer models. So it's really the area between Eastern Samar to Southern Leyte, Siargao and Dinagat Islands, Cebu, Negros, and Panay. So these are the potential landfall areas based on the two reliable computer models. The other ones are also within this area of uncertainty, within that black box. Okay, so Fox beginning here along the Fox along Bicol region, and it also includes Metro Manila, Calabarzon, Mimaropa. So these areas from the Bicol region, Metro Manila, Calabarzon, down to Davao Oriental must be on the lookout of on this system, and we must take all necessary precautions or be prepared on the approach of this system beginning on Monday or Tuesday once it enters the Philippine area of responsibility. Just like I said a while ago, the bottom line of this system, it's a fast-moving storm. So, but still it will create some possible threat of damage and flooding as well as landslides if the track will continue. Okay, so we are going to observe this in the coming days. By Sunday, we'll be issuing storm watch at our website and also at our Facebook channel. And our next update will be on Monday, 24 hours before it enters PAR, because it will enter PAR on Tuesday. So on Monday, we will be issuing a special coverage on this tropical system, or tropical cyclone, here at our Mr. Typhoon.tv channel at YouTube and MrTyphoon.com Facebook video channel as well. So please take all necessary precautions. And pardon me for not answering all your queries, especially when the storm is very close to landfall or approaching the Philippine Islands, as we are so busy. But we will try to answer your queries, especially in the comment section. It's much better to post your comments on the comment section. Although in the personal message, I'll still try to answer those queries. But since I'm just alone, I'll try my best, since we are giving out information as well across all Bicol media here in the Bicol region, particularly in Camarines Sur. Lots of radio stations calls me up when there's an approaching weather system. So please do understand the situation. But we will be issuing advisories on the YouTube and Facebook channels for you to understand the effects of this system. So it will bring a wide area of rainfall from Mindanao, Mimaropa, Visayas, Bicol region, Metro Manila, portions of Central Luzon, Southern Tagalog provinces, because not only the circulation of the system, but it will enhance the northeast monsoon. So if we take a look at the rainfall, so take a look at that. You can see here, based on the European models, since they are more reliable when it comes to the rainfall pattern. So it looks that during the time that it makes landfall, areas of Caraga, Northern Mindanao, Eastern Visayas, and spreading across the rest of the Visayas, Bicol region, Zamboanga Peninsula, and some rainfall will also be expected across Metro Manila, Southern Tagalog provinces, portions of Central Luzon, and when it exits the areas of Sulu Archipelago on Friday, December 17, it will also bring heavy rainfall across Palawan and the rest of Mimaropa, while the northeast monsoon will be enhanced, bringing also some rainfall across the eastern seaboards of Luzon from eastern Cagayan down here to northern Quezon, and also some rainfall across the Bicol region on the 17th. Okay, so most likely it's just 1.5 days, the effects of rainfall across this affected area or forecasted potential landfalling areas of this tropical cyclone. Okay, so there you go. That's the quick update. Actually, it's a long update since we are already past the 20-minute mark in giving you the latest on this potential pre-Christmas system. Let's hope and pray changes will still occur. The best thing of this system is not to intensify, and let's also pray that it will be a fast-moving system so that the effects will just be shorter compared to a slow-moving one, which will dump more rainfall and wind effects across these areas. So let's hope and pray that it will still change come Monday. And again, we are here to bring you the latest and keep you updated. From Typhoon 2000, we will be returning come Monday to give you the very latest. This is Mike Padua, and have a great weekend ahead. Take care always. Be #weatherwiser, and thank you so much for watching this channel. Happy weekend to all.